I'll be the one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit and go and make a plan. Knowing my mother getting old and I don't got no time. Gotta keep a couple for the road, the rest get left behind. Yeah. To the hundreds, pledge allegiance I stand. I'm going pour four in the fucking white sand. I give it all to this fucking mic stand. If it's been done before, then I know I can. I'm on the rise, I'm trying to keep a level head. She want my time, she begging me
What's
to
the
give
deal,
me
y'all?
neck.
Hope all is well. I'm Duke.
I'm Omar. I'm Jalon, and this is Nice and Neat.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
hey. So like,
Talk to us.
so dog, when we go to dinner with new people, right, and we've never explained anything to them and like how we do dinner, we've never
They don't know the
explained
code.
it. Yeah, they don't know the code, right? They don't know the code. They don't know how we do dinner.
Yup.
You know, obviously, whenever we go to dinner, we bring our ladies. If they bring a friend or two,
So be it.
That's what it is.
so be it. It's all
be it.
good.
That's what
Like,
it is.
ladies don't pull money out when they're around us. That just is what it is.
Nah,
you know,
group environments? No, not
in group environments, nah, it's no point. It's enough men to cover everything, right? But we bring a new guy in, and he may come, and let's say he comes solo. He didn't even come with his girl, and the bill comes, and it's
Too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's too
It's
much.
too much.
It's too much.
Whatever the
Put it out
number
there.
is,
Just-
it's just too much.
So you know, we do the usual. We pull our joints out, drop it on the table, and he kind of hesitant, like, yo, why they just dropping they,
False step.
you know, is because as I think about it now, we're kind of out of pocket for just putting them in that position without saying anything, just because it's our code. And do we look at it like, because it's our code, it's like, get with the program?
Nah, I think even though it's our code and we bring somebody into it who doesn't necessarily understand the code, it's like we'll give them a pass if they don't want to abide by the code, right? Like you could opt out.
You could opt out.
You could opt out, and we're not gonna be mad at you because we know that like we haven't vetted you. You know what I'm saying?
Clearly.
Hey,
We haven't vetted-
clearly we haven't vetted you. You know,
You had no reps.
you ain't had no
we can't,
reps.
we can't expect people to get in the game and just like know what to do. You know what I mean?
Nah.
We can't, like it's like we go to dinner, throw the cards down, expect the homie to pay. It's like we trying to make him learn the rules on the fly.
Yeah, that's not fair.
We can't do that to
It's
him.
not fair.
But we're not gonna explain it to him first though.
Nah.
Okay.
We're just gonna handle our business as usual. And if you pick up fast, then cool, we can rock with you.
If you pick up, we probably will never have that conversation. To be
Hey,
honest.
hey, as a
Yeah.
matter of fact,
Yeah.
usually when this happens, all right, when we do that and a dude pitches in, he just picks up and pitches in, he's always welcome.
Oh, for real.
He's
He's
always
always
for
welcome
real.
Yeah.
because he understands code right off the rip.
Yep.
Always welcome.
That's a part of holding your weight too, though. Like,
no, for sure.
yeah, you know.
But break it down though. Break it down how we do dinners.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't do dinners like this.
okay.
All right.
So it could be any given night, but I'm gonna say Friday night, right? And Friday night, I'm gonna say Friday night because Friday night is typically Duke's date night. That's already specified, him and his girl. And Omar has a date night,
Facts.
typically with Candace on Friday nights. But sometimes the fellas want to get together too,
Yep.
and they can't push their ladies to the wayside
Nah.
for a date night. So with that being said, it's group date night.
Group date night.
So
Facts.
you know, Jalon,
bring
call a shorty. You know, Malik,
Call a shorty.
call a shorty. Tone, you know what it is.
B, you know what it is.
B, you know what it is, right? We all get together. Sometimes the ladies want to bring their homegirl because they like, oh, well, since it's not just a one-on-one date night with us, I get to have my friends come through as well. So let's say, 3, 4 extra girls come, set the environment is good. We might be going out, pre-COVID, obviously. We might be going out afterwards. So where we at? We at Tao?
Sure, let's do Tao. That's our favorite spot. It's one of our favorite spots.
Let's do-
It's
yeah.
one of our favorites.
Yeah, we know a couple of guys. So we go to Tao. We do Tao. And what is it? It's 6 men. 6 men. We'll call it
let's just say 10 girls.
10
10
girls.
girls.
10 women.
Right? And when the time for the bill come, oh, my bad, I fast forwarded. When we ordering food, we just ordering. There's no
It's not like, yo, this is for me.
yeah, there's
specifically.
no
Right,
this is
right,
for
right,
me.
right.
Nah. Cool. Duke, you got a sea bass? Like look around the table like,
So
hey,
I'm not going to get that.
get 2 of those.
Now I'm actually gonna get
or
one
get
more.
another
yeah,
one.
I'm gonna
get
get
2
one
of those.
more.
Get 2 of those.
Yeah.
Tuna Pringles?
3 of the Pringles.
Get 3 of the Pringles.
But I want to Pringle. Hey, it's all good. We got 3 already.
We got 3
got
already.
3
Because that's what one of the girls would say who ain't never really been out with us, right? I want a Pringle, right? So we just order. Drinks come. Everybody get their drinks as well. You know, you may go through 2-3 rounds of drinks. Easy. Maybe even 4.
4, 5.
Easy.
With a group.
With a group.
Yeah.
Right? So when the bill come, it's time to pay the bill.
Mm-hmm.
We don't look around at the ladies, you know, especially the extra. Let's just more so specifically focus on the extra 4 ladies.
Mm-hmm.
We're not looking at the extra 4 ladies.
We don't even look at each other. We just bring the cards
Right.
out. We don't ask how much your meal costs
Low key.
or what'd you get.
Low key, this gonna sound crazy, but low key not even really looking at the bill. Low key just like
Wow.
here, like I know
Low key.
I gotta pay to play. So
Low
I gotta
key.
pay. Nah,
So here
that's
go my
actually
card.
very true.
Low key.
here go my card.
I don't
fam.
see the bill until I get my
Low key.
receipt.
my statement.
Low key. Low key. Low key.
Damn, we spent
We
this
ju-
much of time.
But we just throw the cards down. And the waiter comes and say, "Yo, split it evenly."
Yep,
Yes.
split it evenly,
Split
right down
it
the middle.
even. It takes all the thinking out of it.
You guys have never played card roulette with Malik before, have you?
Yes, I have.
Oh, we have.
I have. Unfortunately, I don't think I've lost too many times.
Today we're gonna be talking about, man, something that, dog, they make songs about these 2 verbs. These are action words. They make songs about these. One of my favorite is RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. You know, and then love. Never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found.
That's crazy.
So we're gonna be talking about these 2 verbs today, and we're gonna actually be talking about what it means to you guys. You know, more so within a relationship. You know, where does your value propositions live when it comes to love and respect? Is there one that goes in front of the other? Do you value respect more in your relationship? Do you value love more in your relationship? Or do you kind of like see times where you can kind of put them hand in hand?
Yeah. Well, I think there is a difference between the 2. I value and appreciate both of them, but I guess before I get into like which one I will put before, you know, let's talk about like what I guess I think, you know, love is. You know, for me, like when I think about love, it's happy, it's warm, it's soft, it's coddling. You know, it can literally lift you up, bring you the most joy, right? Put the biggest smile on your face. But love is also painful. Like it hurts. It oftentimes like exposes us and leaves us extremely vulnerable at times. Like you think about what happens in most breakups. You know, it's like, yo, I love this person so much that, you know, I almost got taken advantage of. You know what I'm saying? You end up in this very, very vulnerable state, right? Let's think about respect, right? For me, respect is it's honorable, right? It's considering. It's in fact the golden rule, right? Like, do to others as I would want them to do to me.
Period.
Right. Period. But like none of that is possible if you don't have respect for yourself, right? It's impossible to have respect for other people's situations, relationships if you don't have that for yourself. Not only do you have to earn respect from other people and people have to earn it from you, but you also have to demand it from other people, right? Like you can't like just expect someone to respect you, right? And like another way,
Like it has to be valuable to you.
for sure. And that brings me to my next point, because like we could respect a lot of people that we don't know because they just do the right thing, right? They're just always, you know, living righteous, you know what I'm saying, putting themselves in good situations, right? But I feel like if you're not doing that, it's kind of hard to gain the respect of another individual.
If you're not living right.
If you're not living right.
I see people respect people so much outside of the respect, the people that's close to them that they can respect.
Yeah.
You know, so like, you know, you'll see like a Jay-Z. He's
Yeah.
like, oh man, I got so much respect for this guy.
Yeah, it's easy to respect people that are popular though.
It's easy to respect people that's
It's
popular.
easy. I mean, that's how we're conditioned, right? To respect people in high positions, because when we think of when we tend to respect people in positions that we're not in, or that it seems just like so far off to get to, right? There's different kinds of respect. There's admiration for like your ability, your craft. You know, you're a good musician, you're a good football player. I respect you as those things. But it's different when you're talking about respecting a person or a partner. All right. I think for me, love is just it's the connection. You know, it's just the connection you feel. It's the the affection you feel for a person where I think respect is, you know, that thing that kind of fuels that connection.
Mhm.
All right, it's the thing that it kind of it's what holds you accountable for the relationship. You know what I mean? I can love anybody, right? I love my mom. I love people that, you know, but do I respect you, right? And
So you saying you could love without respect?
I think they're both equally important, but I feel like I can love you, right, without respecting you, right? But I can also respect people I don't love, right? So it works both ways, right? Just like I can respect Jay-Z, right? I can respect, you know, the gardener that comes to my house at 6 a.m. and I can respect his hustle, right? But I don't love him. So they're both equally interchangeable.
Do you respect his hustle or do you respect him?
That's a good question, but he is part of his hustle.
He is his hustle.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you respect somebody is because they do something. You know what I'm saying? You don't just respect people for doing nothing.
That's interesting that you say that, because a big part of my respect when it comes to a woman, a big part of my respect comes to what she does without me. Like the way that she maneuvers through life.
For sure.
The way, you know, her waking up 6:30 a.m. like, I'm gonna go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm gonna get ready for my day. I'm gonna do this. And you know, taking care of herself. And you know, like you can love somebody, but loving is kind of like it's a closer thing.
Yeah.
It's a closer thing. Respect for me extends so much further. You know, I know plenty of situations where guys are in love with their girl, but like stepping out is nothing because the respect factor isn't necessarily there. And when I say the respect factor, it may be to where subconsciously he just doesn't feel like she's doing enough, but he love her. He love her. You know, she loves her. But subconsciously he feels like she's not doing enough to really stimulate that respect. Like I think respect is one of the most undervalued stimulants that we actually have, because respect actually gets me to, if let's say I have a girlfriend and I get a text message from another girl that I know I'm not supposed to be getting, that fear that comes over my heart isn't love.
That comes from the respect.
I was just about to ask you that, right?
That isn't love. That's the real respect.
But is respect synonymous with fear?
You know what?
I would say so.
If we have to say yes or no,
Yeah, I'm
going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes.
Everyone I've ever think about who I truly respect, it's like I fear them in some type of way, form of fashion. You know, like I really revere these people.
Yeah.
You know, but I guess fear is like not fear.
I understand what you mean though. Not
but
fear.
I want to clear that up, like because I don't fear like
no man.
Yeah.
Like I don't think another man is dangerous to me. Well, even men can be dangerous, but like I'm not scared of the man. Yeah, you know, but I do respect it.
Yeah. What about in like as it pertains to your relationship? Is fear and respect the same thing? Because
yes,
it is, right?
Yes.
Because fear, it does dictate how you act when your partner's not there.
Yeah.
Right? And fear is the thing that makes your partner, makes her or him listen to what you're saying when you say, hey, yo, I don't like this. That's fear. That's not love.
Right? So for all the listeners, you know, the word fear kind of it's a negative connotation, right?
But
it makes sense, right? And it makes sense because the respect isn't me. I'm fearing this person. I'm fearing what can happen I'm fearing the consequences of my actions if I do mess up with this person.
Right.
And that's where the respect kind of lives, to where it's like, I don't even really want to do anything.
Yeah.
Because I fear the consequences.
Because I fear the consequences. And that's kind of like where the respect lives, you know, and as it pertains to within a relationship. Duke, I know you have a super high value level of respect for your woman, just because I've been able to personally see the way that it's changed you as a man, and just your actions, the way you interact with people. You know, you are a very, very relationship guy.
People don't know that though, man. I be trying to tell people.
Because you ain't told people.
Yeah,
like,
you gotta tell.
Like on the last episode, I told people I'm a relationship guy.
I've been trying to tell people. People
Talk
like,
your
yo,
shit.
When this is slightly off topic, but when we first got together, people would come up to Chanel. I'm like, man, I can't believe like he settled down and like, wow, like you should have knew him. I'm like, yo,
yo, baby.
Oh, like, oh, I really do this relationship shit, man. So
You know, part of the problem with that is a lot of people don't understand that, this is just like a movie. It's an audition, and more people are going to audition for the role than the people that get the role. And the person that gets the role is the one that's fit for the role. So, can you imagine, with all due respect, Cuba Gooding Jr. walking up to Denzel like, man, I can't believe I didn't get trained today. Like the way they was grilling me in there, like, no, I'm fit for the role. You weren't, bro.
Yeah.
Like you weren't. And when it comes down to, women saying certain things like that, it's because you could even have loved the women that you were dating. You could have, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't have that same respect, or even within the same amount of level. Speaking of, even O was, hey.
I mean, if we want to talk about it,
we want to talk about it.
If we want to talk about it, I had a previous. I mean,
A whole system.
a system.
Let's call it a system.
Let's call it a system.
Let's just call it a system.
Let's just call it a system.
Yeah.
Let's just
I
call
like
it
that.
Let's call it a system.
Let's just call it a system.
Yeah,
And,
the system in place.
within that system, I lacked respect for my partner
So
because I wasn't doing the right things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But okay, back to what you're saying about fear, right? That comes from, fear, like, I'm not scared of the woman.
mm-hmm.
She ain't gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
She not gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
physically.
Right.
But
like, I do value who she is and what she does for me in my life, and I don't want to jeopardize that.
Yeah.
So that's where respect is, understanding how to navigate.
I don't, and just going back to this situation too, like I don't think I feared losing her.
Exactly.
Unfortunately,
The other women.
the other women.
Yeah.
The other women.
And you know that because when somebody, you could look in the mirror and like be honest with yourself and like, yo, am I doing the right thing? And you be like, yeah, I'm not, but I don't care.
I don't care.
Cause like, if it stops, then all right, cool. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of wanted this shit anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what happens.
So I do want to ask you
I say that
guys,
about myself too.
how do you two show respect to your partners, and then how do you show love to your partners, or do you show them simultaneously, or is it something that that you can actually key on, and you be like, this is how I show love to my girl, and this is how I show respect to my girl.
Well, I think when we last episode we talked about compromise, right? And I think that's where the respect comes from. Compromise can only come from respect. Because if I don't respect you, whatever you tell me I'm doing wrong, I don't care because this is what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when my girl tells me, yo, babe, I really hate that you don't include me in your decisions that are big decisions, right? I'm like, well, they're my decisions, But respect is saying, all right, cool, well, this is something that she told me she doesn't like. And like, regardless if I love her or not, I could continue to not tell her because I love you, right? But me respecting her and respecting what she's saying and respecting how she's feeling is telling me, all right, cool, I respect this woman. I respect what she tells me and her opinion. All right, let me conduct myself, right? So respect can show up in little ways and big ways. It can show up in the small conversations. It can show up like, hey, babe, yo, I'm cold in here. You always got the AC on. I'm not turning the AC off because I love you.
I'm hot, baby.
I'm not, right? I'm going to turn it off because I respect what you're saying, right? And respect is also going to say, well, I'm out till 3 a.m. and my girl says, hey, yo, like, what's up? You out through 2, 3 a.m. I'm saying, yo, baby, I was just chilling with, we wasn't doing nothing. We weren't doing anything. So I'm not in the wrong. But respect is saying, all right, it's making my girl uneasy. Let me bring my ass home at like 1 o'clock, or that type of deal.
2 hours?
It's a big difference.
That's it.
One and 3 is a huge difference in a relationship.
No. When I said 2 hours, it wasn't like for only 2 hours. It was like, okay, she got upset at 3, so you gonna come home at what?
It's compromise.
I mean, I don't think honestly, I think this is outside of the topic, but I think the threshold is 2 o'clock.
The threshold.
Nobody should be getting home after 2 o'clock.
relationship.
In a
Not
relationship.
For one, if you get
Male or
if you
female.
get home after 2 o'clock, you waited till it was over.
You waited till the let out.
You waited till it was over.
Hey, look.
Like what are you so interested? What is captivating you so much that you cannot leave before the let out? What has your attention? you have no explanation for. You can't just say you was chilling with the homies, just enjoying a good time.
That is
Nah.
Nah, it don't work like that.
nah.
Does not.
Well, so what about you? What are some things that show up in your relationship that you could say, yo, this is what I respect. This is how I respect my woman, and this is how I love my woman.
Yeah, I think the loving for us is like through our love languages. You know what I'm saying? Just understanding what the love languages are for each individual
What
person.
are those?
Well,
What are love languages? First of all, what are love languages?
Well, each individual connects love through certain actions, words, different things, right?
Yeah.
And for different individuals, what's up?
Can we talk about the 5 real quick?
Sure, let's talk about the
So
5.
one of them is
Affirmations.
One of them gifts,
Gifts,
Yep.
deeds,
acts of service,
like deeds,
acts of service, affection or a touch.
It's touch, affection.
I feel like touch is affection.
And there's one more.
So we said words of affirmation,
Acts of service, quality time,
quality time. So for me and Candace, it's quality time and acts of service. I know we both have very busy and hectic schedules, so it's important for us to spend that quality time with one another. That's one way that we express and show our love. Another way is through acts of service. Like her and I love food, right? So we could go through days and not even really speak much because we're both working, right? But me bringing her a plate of food, right, or her bringing me home a smoothie while she was out, just lets me know that she was thinking about me. That she, you know what I'm saying? And that does a lot for the relationship. Because sometimes we don't always have time to be verbal, and it's not because we're not intentionally doing it. We're just caught up with so much other things in our lives, So for me, the big thing on love with us within our relationship is just making sure each one of us are speaking to each other's love language.
Yeah.
Without it, we probably don't really connect the way we should, know.
No, that's big. What about
respect?
What about
How do you guys
respect?
show respect? And that's an interesting one. I
Yeah.
think respect is a real interesting one because not everyone understands the magnitude of and the importance of respect.
is respect is the same type of respect reciprocated, right? Does it look different coming from you and her or her and you?
And I think our respect is pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same, and I could just speak to our lives. We live publicly, like in the open, we have a public relationship. Our lives are constantly on the internet. So, it's very important that we go above and beyond to respect one another. And that could be through respecting each other's wishes, like you said, or thoughts, or emotions within the household. But for us, I think it's including each other in everything that's going on. So, for instance, you mentioned something about Chanel said decisions, right? We had a very intense argument one time over finances, and we didn't take anything from one another, but I made a decision on our behalf without speaking to her. One, I felt like we would make that decision together, but I still didn't include her. And it was something that, we had never, that hiccup had never come up in our relationship before. And that just let me know that she felt completely disrespected by my actions, So that made me think, okay, you know what? I got to be very clear and open with whatever I'm doing that includes her, right? I can't do things, make decisions on my own that we both should be a part of,
Jelon, okay, so to all our listeners, right, you guys keep hearing us mention Jelon as a single friend, right? He's a single one on this podcast. So sometimes he kind of lets us do our thing because the conversation is just more conducive to me and because we're in relationships. But I'm gonna ask you, Jelon, as a single person, have you been dealing with a woman that you were in love with? And are there women that you're dealing with?
You said in love with, like, I'm single, we're dating, but I'm in love.
Right?
Yeah, but I'm in love though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever in your life?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've been single for 4 years, bro. For sure. For
Okay.
sure.
And in those situations, what was your love language? First of all, was it reciprocated, do you think?
Yes.
And what were your acts, or how'd you show your love in those situations and respect?
Quality time was really important. Quality time was really important to be able to showcase not only my love, but also my respect. You know, I'm running my business at this point in time. So I'm dealing with my business anywhere from 12 to 14 hours a day. And, you know, the fact that she was able to respect my time there, and I was also able to respect her time enough to know that when we did get together, it was real quality time. It wasn't just like, you know, let's sit down on the couch, let's just watch some TV, you know, even if it was that, it was real quality time. So I was able to showcase to her my love through quality time. I was able to showcase my respect of her time through quality time as well. She was really busy as well. She had her own schedule, her own routine, and things like that, and as did I. So I was able to show it that way, but it was also certain rifts within. It was also certain rifts within our love language that weren't being accommodated. So ultimately, that's why we didn't end up together.
Yeah, that was a great point. It's always interesting to hear people's perspective on love and, you know, respect, because, you know, a lot of people think you just need love to sustain a relationship or to sustain a situationship or whatever, right?
Hey, wait till the second half.
You
I'm
know
gonna
what
tell
I
you
mean?
exactly what each one of these mean to me personally.
Yeah.
You know, obviously we established that Jelon is the single guy.
Yeah,
So-
Obviously.
We always got to remind the
Yeah.
listeners because they're like, yo, what is it? What? Hey, I don't hear him talk. But listen, it's
you know,
space for everybody.
I come from a really healthy relationship. So I know what it feels like. You know, I've experienced it as well. You know, but I've also experienced being single for a good amount of time. So I know what that's like as well.
Yeah. But let's get into halftime. Okay, let's get into
It's
halftime.
halftime. What's the deal, y'all? Welcome back to the Nice and Neat Halftime Show. I'm your host, Omar, or your boy O. If you didn't know. First and foremost, before I get started and hop into today's topic of what we want to dive into, I just want to really quickly, I want to highlight the 6-week ab guide that's available for you on alpha-burn.com. If you're looking to chisel that midsection, trim off some fat, and get that six-pack ready for the summertime, please tap in with that program. Also, if you're looking for ways to improve your movement, train like a better athlete, get your athleticism up, head over to omarcbolden.com and download the How to Move Like an Athlete program, 12-week guide that you can do at home in the gym using no equipment at all. Okay? With that said, let's get into today's MVP. So today's MVP is our most recent subscriber on YouTube, and his name is Aaron Tisdale. Let's give a round of applause for Aaron Tisdale. Shout out to Aaron Tisdale. Shout out there.
Hey,
All right,
dog.
as you guys can see, the
Hey,
topic
dog.
the topic for today is love versus respect, and I pinned down the question down the bottom, and I want you guys to chime in on it. It's what's more important to you, love or respect? So while we're actually waiting for you guys to chime in on that question, we'll get to a question that one of our followers on Instagram had. His name is Dr. Carol Brown, and Dr. Carol Brown wants to know, does a lack of respect mean a lack of love? Now, I would say a short answer would be no, you know, and to dive deeper into that, you know, as Duke was speaking on earlier, and you guys will see this later on in the episode, you know, it's easy to love someone and not respect them. I mean, you're born into a family,
Yeah.
and you love your family members, right? That doesn't necessarily mean you respect them, right? What else?
And you let them down every day.
You look up to people.
You look up to people all the time. That doesn't mean that you love them, right? There's plenty of people that you respect, of celebrities, people in high places, entrepreneurs, people just you aspire to be, but you don't love them. So that would be my take on the question. Fellas, do you have anything else that you would like to chime in on that?
Same for me, man. Same. Exactly what you said. I think that it's not really one and the same, and I think that you can respect someone you don't love, and you can also love someone that you don't respect. You know, like you said, man, you know, you're born into families and stuff like that. So nah, I don't think they're necessarily parallel.
You know, I actually wanted to kind of touch on something that you said earlier in the episode of, you know, respect is kind of synonymous with the person. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because I've came across people who may have been a dope basketball player, and it's like, yo, I respect his game, but him as a person is trash though.
Right.
I don't respect him as a person, but I respect his game. I respect his hustle. I respect what he do in this area.
Got you.
You know, it's certain entrepreneurs we watch on social media, and it's like, yo, he be getting after it, but like he's whack though. Like I don't really like the guy. You know, he doesn't take care of his family. He doesn't do this. Like it's certain things for me, because my code of, I think respect lives within a code as well.
As a person. Yeah.
Right? So I can respect somebody's hustle. I can respect somebody's grind, they craft, all of that. But as a person, I don't got to respect you.
Yeah.
I agree. As a person, I don't gotta respect you.
Nah.
Okay. Jelon, why don't you read something off for me? Respect is more important. That's how you get the love. Can we agree with that?
You know what?
Respect is more
Like
important.
I got some.
Now, if you respect somebody, you're more than likely to have love for that person.
If
we're talking about somebody that you know.
I believe it's easier to love someone if you respect them than it is to respect someone just because you love them.
Oof.
That's just personally what I believe. And the reason why I say that is because you can love what somebody do for you, but you may not respect them as a person, you know, and we've all been in that space. So
I think it's clear to say that respect is definitely more important. And I think is super important for the sustainability of a relationship, of any relationship. Because without respect, man, I don't care if you hold me accountable or not. You know, I have to respect you for you. Like if I ever feel that, okay, I got to be here because you know what, my guys are relying on me. That's because I respect them.
mm-hmm.
Right. That's only because I respect them. Or if, someone can tell me my faults and what I'm doing wrong and anything that I need work on, I'm only going to listen to people I respect.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't respect you, it's going to go in one ear and go out the other.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So respect for sure is definitely important.
Is it
more important?
It's probably easier to love someone you respect.
It's easier.
Yeah,
it's easier.
Absolutely. But you can love someone you don't respect. Sometimes people are just like around each other for a long time,
mm-hmm.
and the love just develops.
Yeah.
You know, but the respect never does.
Like respect is definitely something that's earned. Like love doesn't necessarily, like love could be, I known you for 8 years, fam.
Yeah.
I known
That's
you for
earned.
8 years, but respect though, it's because I seen you do something that impressed me
Yep.
to where I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this person deserves this emotion that I'm gonna give them, this action that I'm gonna give them. And like I've loved plenty of people that I didn't respect.
And you demand that respect through your actions.
You demand respect through
You
your
demand
actions.
respect
Yeah.
through your actions.
Because we didn't even
Yeah.
talk about how to demand respect.
You
right?
demand respect through your actions, fam. That's the only. I mean,
So we kind of briefly touched on it, and that's just about how you feel about yourself.
yeah.
Wow.
Like you don't tell somebody you respect me. It's like
Show me.
your actions show if you don't do this, I won't be a part of your life.
Facts. Well, I think that concludes our live segment for the day. What I do want to do is, I don't know if you guys know or not, but we are now live on Spotify, SoundCloud. Actually,
Everything.
we're actually available
Everything.
on all
platforms.
streaming platforms, but one that's really important that I'm asking of a favor for you guys is on the podcast app on the Apple or your Apple Podcast app. There's a way to leave reviews for us, and the more reviews we get, the better chances we have of being featured on the podcast featured page, and that's something that we're really aiming to do. So if you guys could be so kind to just leave a comment, leave a review, and give your honest opinion. That's what we want things for sure. If you guys are feeling the show, you guys are loving it, go ahead, tap in with us and let us know how you're feeling. On top of that, if you guys aren't already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Leave some great reviews there too. Great comments there before you leave. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So with that said, I'm gonna get to the night. I'm gonna let y'all get to the night the only way we know how. Some positive energy, some positive vibrations, and a smile, of course. Y'all get out. We'll have a great one. We'll see you guys soon. Peace.
This respect word is it's extremely important to me, because I know for me personally, before I can even love you, I have to respect you. And to me, I'm just gonna be completely candid. I can love you, but if I don't respect you and we're in a relationship, I'm going to cheat on you. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
For sure, because
yeah.
I don't fear the consequence
Yeah.
of anything that can happen.
Anything.
Because I don't necessarily respect you like that. You know, so in order for me to pursue a relationship with you, I have to respect you first. I can love you for sure. Like, I can do that. Absolutely. And, you know, it's plenty of times where we've said certain things. Like, I think we throw around love so easy, but we don't throw around respect easy like that.
Because it's got to be earned.
Right? It could be a TV show. You'd be like, oh, I love that show.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that food. Oh, I love that person. Duke, I love your shoes. But people just ain't throwing around respect like that.
Nah.
Respect is something that absolutely
It means
has
more.
to be. It means so much more,
It means
right?
more.
The only difference between who our favorite athlete is when they were younger and now is the accomplishments. They're the same exact person, but you respect that athlete because of the accomplishments.
What they've done.
Or what they've done, or what you've seen them do. And it's the same thing with your partner. When you get to sit back and you watch your partner and in admiration, because I think admiration is a part of respect as well. You know, they may have certain qualities that you are just like intrigued by. You just, I really like that. I really like that they do that. I really like, and that's a part of the respect. And for me, love grows in respect for me.
Damn. You just fucking ripped that. Hey, you just ripped that, dog. That shit crazy.
Ripped that one.
Hey,
Somebody commented. Did somebody say like your overall? Somebody left a review, right? It's talked about Jalan's overall wit, and
Yeah, we
If
didn't
that-
get to that. We
oh,
didn't
my
get
fault,
to that.
my fault.
We didn't even get to shout
my
him
fault.
out yet.
But if that didn't let you know how witty the dog is, I don't know what will.
hey, you know what? I've never done this. This is the first time in the history of the podcast. We let's give it up for Jalan.
No, but yeah, man. Respect as admiration. It makes me think about just my situation, you know, and all the situations I've been in the past, man. And I think that the thing that was lacking was respect for sure, right? And if you don't have respect in the beginning, you're just gonna run wild, right? And you said something earlier, or just a moment ago, you said, if I don't have respect, I'm gonna cheat on you, right? But what would you say to people that say, well, Jalan, like, you shouldn't have to have respect to not cheat on somebody, right? Why do you need respect to not cheat on somebody? What would you say to people that, because there are going to be people that listen to this and be like, yo, Jalan, like, respect and cheating, like, although you don't respect somebody, you should at least respect yourself as, right? How would you?
So I look at it like this, right? I'm going to give you guys an analogy. When you're in a neighborhood and it's a really, really nice and clean neighborhood, and you may have, let's say, a fast food bag in your hand, you're going to walk until you get to a trash can to throw it around, because that is the dynamic of that neighborhood. That's what it presents, right?
I know where you're going.
Now, if we're in a neighborhood,
You see how he said it? Sir?
not as clean, you know, not as vibrant, not as thriving, and you see trash everywhere,
You're going to just let it go.
you're just gonna let it go. You're not gonna wait till you find the trash can to dump the trash. You know, same way, if you get to a stop sign and it's nighttime and there's nobody around, you're gonna blow through that stop sign. And it's because the lack of consequence in every one of those situations. If you know you could do something to get away with it because there's no consequence in your own heart, you're gonna do it.
And that's human nature.
And that's human nature.
I don't want
That's not
nobody-
Jalan nature.
That's human nature.
That's human nature.
We're going to do things until we get stopped for it,
Till
right?
we get caught.
We're gonna do
Till you get
things.
caught.
If we could get away with something, we're gonna do things.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it, right? That's just human nature, and that's just like for men, women, right? Just why you get like certain women or certain men
Shit happens in business all the
in
time.
business, right? If there's no one, if there's no one to hold me accountable, right, or give me any consequences, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Respect or not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, yeah, I'm glad you said that, bro.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the respect thing, respect lives in this, like if I, like I said earlier, if I got a text message that I wasn't supposed to be getting,
Mm-hmm.
my girl don't even got to be around.
Mm-hmm.
I see that come through my phone. It's like, yo, I have to, what? I'm sliding and deleting. I don't need this. I don't need anything to happen. I don't need.
Get this shit out of here.
Get it out of here.
Yeah.
I don't need anything to happen.
I'm not trying to hide nothing.
I'm
I
not
just,
trying.
I don't need nothing negative going on in my phone, and that shit is not conducive for my relationship.
It's not conducive.
Get it out of here. Let's
You know,
remove
and
it.
for where we're trying to go, you know, and respect, I think, is a really important target that people should aim for within their relationship. I really think respect is really important, and this is something that a lot of people skip, is because respect comes from that friendship space of just respecting a person for being a person, not like, oh, I respect you for my partner. Nah, friendship is really important within your relationship, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Because when you can sit down and you can listen to the way that a person thinks when you're not trying to listen to it as a partner, and you can respect them from that place, that's how you can then develop that next level of love. We can love whoever we want.
For sure. I would say that's why I think that's why my relationship is where it's at with Candace today, right? We spent maybe a year or some change being friends,
really knowing each other,
really getting to know one another, right? And when you get to know, like Jalon said, when you get to know someone, you begin to develop real respect for that person, because you get to see how they operate.
Yeah.
They being honest and upfront with you, right?
Super.
I think that's another thing about being about respect. Like respect is like forthcoming, I think, and upfront, right? If you respect someone, you'll be, well, maybe not all the time, right? But for the majority of the time, you'll be forthcoming with information. You know, you'll be, you know, like respect is honorable. You know, so like
I'm glad you said that.
The fact that we spent a year, you know, getting to know one another. Once we got into that relationship, it was like we had already developed such a high respect for one another. So obviously, things have happened within our relationship that we realized, okay, we need to tighten up more on the respect. But for the most part, that foundation was laid because we spent time developing that friendship, and that's where the I guess the respect rose originally.
Yeah, I think you touched something really good on respect being something that would be considered forthcoming.
Yeah.
I think respect, being able to be forthcoming, can allow you to be respected, because I've always lived by the saying that omission is betrayal. Because if I have to find something out, it's like, regardless of what decision I was gonna make after I found it out, why you just didn't tell me and allow me to make the decision on my own? So I've always respected forthcoming information, especially when you deal with a woman, because that's why that friendship area is so important, because you have to allow her to be safe and be vulnerable and speak to you as a friend and let you know, like, yeah, you know, this was a place that I was hurt before. I wish I didn't make this decision.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know the good, the bad, the ugly, you know, the stuff that you hate about yourself. I want to know all of that about you. Because it's going to help me respect you. And people just think I want to know that, so it could be like, you want to use it against me. Nah, I'm not going to use anything against you. Because if we're not meant to be, we're not meant to be, regardless of what that looks like. You know, so I think forthcoming is, being forthcoming in a relationship is extremely pertinent to the respect.
To respect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, a lot of game dropped, a lot of jewels dropped. Jalon, you bodied that show.
Yeah, you did.
But guys, that's gonna conclude our episode. Really appreciate you guys for tapping in. I want to reiterate again, like O said, man, please subscribe to our channel. Please leave reviews on our podcast on Apple Podcast. You can check our episodes on all platforms, because we need every bit of support, and we're trying to make this thing grow, and we're gonna need you guys' help. So please tap in with us. But as we do every episode, man, we try to leave you with as much value as possible, and the best way we know how to is by providing you with, you know, other podcasts that can inspire you, can give you some game that you guys can get value from. And the podcast that I'm going to highlight, or we're going to highlight this episode, is called The Mindset Mentor. All right. It's called The Mindset Mentor. It's hosted by Rob Dial, and it basically focuses on just all things motivation, mindset, putting you in a positive frame to go out in the world and achieve your goals. It's something that I listen to every morning. It's something that you can listen to when you're making coffee, when you're driving to work. And it's just a great pick-me-up overall. It's called The Mindset Mentor, hosted by Rob Dow, and you can find it on Apple Podcasts at The Mindset Mentor. So go check that out, and when you guys do, make sure you guys leave a comment, leave a review, and tell them Nice and Neat sent you. But with that said, I'm Duke.
I'm Omar.
I'm Jelon. And this is Nice and Neat, and that's that.
I'll be the one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit and go and make a plan. Knowing my mother getting old, now I don't got no time. Gotta keep a couple for the road, the rest get left behind. Yeah.